guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gloria. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today I wanted to go through some of my variegated Hoyas. So I don't have too many in my collection, but I just wanted to show you guys the few that I had. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So first off, I'll show you guys kind of my most favorite one, obviously, which is my Hoya Australis Lisa. And this one has really cute variegation with the rounder leaves. So it is quite like an Australis, and this variety is the variegated version, which has the variegation on the inside and the borders are kind of like a darker green. The new leaves come out with the most pink color. So if you guys can see right there, super pink, and it starts off very small, and over time the leaves get bigger. So I really like this one. The leaves are not as hard as some of my other Hoyas that I will be showing you, but definitely not super flimsy. So it does need a little bit more water than something like a Carnosa. And I just have this potted up in some chunky soil with a little bit of bark, perlite, and potting mix. So this one seems to be happy. It took a little while, a hot minute, for it to actually start growing for me. So I think it's a little bit more of a slower grower compared to some of my other Hoyas, but I'm not complaining too much because I do have two separate cuttings inside the pot with another plant. So there's like 3 separate plants essentially in that pot, and I'm sure it's eventually going to grow. So that's plant number 1, the Hoya Australis Lisa. There's also another Hoya Australis, which I think it's the Owl Marginata, where the variegation's on the outside. I don't really like that one as much for some reason. I tend to kind of like variegation more on the inside, which you guys will see with the other plants. So next up is my Hoya OBOVATA Variegata. So this one, very similar to the Hoya Australis Lisa, especially when the leaves are a little bit rounder, but these leaves do have a little bit more of a wonky shape sometimes, so the growth pattern is a little bit different, and the leaves are quite more waxy and hard, so very succulent like compared to the Australis. And yeah, this one even has some splashing if you give it enough light, versus the Australis Lisa doesn't have any splashing at all. So there's like a little speckling splashing effect on the leaves along with the variegation, which is kind of cool. And the new leaves on this plant also come out super red, so that's another thing to look out for if you want to kind of keep an eye out for new growth. You just look for the very red new leaves. And yeah, this one is quite a stunning plant, to be honest. So I really like this one, and that is plant number 2, which is my Hoya OBOVATA Variegata. Next up is one of my newer plants. So this one is the Hoya Bella Reverse Variegata. So once again, there is the regular variegated version, which has the variegation on the outside of the margins, versus this one, which is the reverse variegated, and it has the variegation on the inside as opposed to the margins. So this one, I have it kind of staked up on like this double trellis here so that it looks very 3D like, and there's one plant in here but 3 separate stems, so it kind of just shooted off in different directions, which I'm not complaining because each of the stems are growing. These leaves are very thin, so for sure I would not underwater this one, because I find with thinner leaf Hoyas they do need a little bit more water and more attention compared to the succulent waxy types like the OBOVATA. So this one is a faster grower but also needs a little bit more care, but I still really like this. This one has very cute variegation, and highly recommend getting one of these if you were kind of deciding between the various Bellas out there. I would say get the reverse variegated because that one's my absolute favorite. Okay, plant number 4 is my Hoya Carnosa Crimson Princess. So this one actually really reminds me of the Australis Lisa, but the leaves are a little bit pointier and waxier. So the variegation is quite nice, and the stems are pink. So that's very unique, I think, as opposed to kind of brownish greenish stems. And yeah, the new growth comes out really pink as well. So this is some new growth that has slowly started to fade actually, so it's kind of maturing and turning the creamy color. This is also some new growth, so the variegation is very kind of inconsistent. So as you can see with this one, the leaves are a lot more green compared to the creamy color. And also this one is super easy growing, so I really like this. Definitely one of my favorite CARNOSA varieties. And actually when I was trying to film this video earlier, the camera fell on my plant and broke off a leaf, so I'm a little bit sad, but that's okay. The things I do for YouTube, kill my plants. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just super clumsy. Moving on, this one is the last plant that I wanted to show you, which is my biggest one, and it's the Hoya Carnosa Crimson Queen. So the variegation of this one has on the margins, so essentially the opposite of the Crimson Princess, and this plant can actually throw out completely white leaves, which I guess I can show you on the inside here. It's very hard to see, but there's a completely white leaf. It's actually pink right now because it is new, and over time it will turn kind of white. So this one is a very easy plant. I think I like the Crimson Princess a little bit more, although this one is a bigger plant, and I can't wait for it to kind of fill out the trellis right now because it is a little bit bare at the top. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Comment down below which one is your favorite variegated Hoya in your collection, or even in my collection. I know mine isn't super extensive with the variegated Hoyas, but I know there's a lot out there, and there's a lot that I haven't bought yet or collected or traded, whatever. I think I generally like more veiny big leaf Hoyas as opposed to the variegated kind, but I wouldn't mind adding a few more to my collection, so we'll see with future restocks from my local nurseries. If I see any cool variegated Hoyas, I'll probably be purchasing them. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed today's video, and give this video a thumbs up if you did. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.